In South Australia I was born.
Heave away, haul away.
In South Australia round Cape Horn.
We're bound for South Australia.
Haul away, you rolling king.
Heave away, haul away.
Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, heave away, haul away, was there I met Miss Nancy Blair. We're bound for South Australia. There's just one thing that's on my mind. Heave away, haul away, that's leaving Nancy Blair behind. We're bound for South Australia. And as we wallop round Cape Horn, heave away, haul away, you wish to God you've never been born. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Australia I was born. In South Australia round Cape Horn. In South Australia I was born. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. In South Australia I was born. Heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. In South Australia I was born. Heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia.
Farewell and adieu to your Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to your ladies of Spain. For we've received orders to sail for old England, but we hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true hearts of oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. Oh, we'll hove the ship to with the wind at the southwest. We'll hove the ship to, and soundings got we at 35 fathom with the wire sandy bottom. We squared our main yards and up channel steered we. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true hearts of oak, until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Ushant to Scilly is 35 leagues. Oh, the first we made it was called the Dead Man, the Ramhead Plymouth. Stop Portland and White, we sail past Beachy by Farley and Dungeness until we arrived off the South Fallen Line. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true hearts of oak until we strike soundings in the channel of Old England. From Ushank to Scilly is 35 leagues. Oh, the signal was made for the ground fleet to anchor all in the Downs. That night for to lay, it's stand by us stoppers, let go you shank painter, haul up your glue garnets, let fly tacks and sheets. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true hearts of oak until we strike soundings in the channel of Old England. From Ushank to Scilly is 35 leagues. Let every man toss off a full bumper. Let every man toss off a full bowl for a drink and be merry and drown melancholy. So here's a good health to all true hearty souls. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar like true hearts of oak until we strike soundings in the channel of Old England. From Ushank to Scilly is 35 leagues.
take and breathe. Try as you might, but you can't hide from me. I know all the beauty that you keep. Near Lake Elsevier, memories cover my eyes and adhere. Glimpses of you onto every passing mile. I see them in the sun, the earth, the sky. And I won't stop looking for you till I die. Of you strung on twine, I collect them just to show you how they shine. I know all the beauty that you hide, and I won't stop trying to show you till I die. Just beyond my reach. Won't you then help me to feel complete? Lover, please, if anything I beg you, send me something. 'Cause right now I am lost in wandering, pacing back and forth and praying you'll help me find you here. Close my eyes, you're looking back at me. Out of all the mother's beauty that I've seen, there is none more beautiful than you to me.
Well, I set out from my location with no direction or destination, a permanent vacation with not a single friend in sight. The conductor punched my ticket. He said, son, you better listen. Don't get caught up in reminiscing. You wind up going missing. So I keep rolling on, rolling on, rolling till the break of day. I keep rolling on, rolling on, I'll be on my way. I keep rolling on, rolling till the break of day. I keep rolling